up from Ed Mangano's office, let's bring up Mike D'Ambrosio, Gene Murray, and the great filmmaker,
Doug King.
Mr. Marquardt, come on up. Dan Marquardt.
Good evening. My name is Michael D'Ambrosio. I'm a special assistant to the county executive, Ed Mangano. And we're honored tonight to bring a citation to the Honorable Mayor of Rockville Center, Eugene Murray, for all his fine work and dedication to all the residents of Rockville Center. And of course, we got a call from Mayor Murray's grandson, Dan Marquette, who said that he wanted to honor his grandfather in a special way, honor him with a citation, to love his grandfather with all the work that he's done, and really the inspiration of this beautiful movie that was made. So on behalf of the county executive of Mangano, we're going to declare today in Rockville Center Mayor Eugene Murray Day. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much for inviting all of us, and God bless America.
Thank you so much,
I can't thank
You're
you.
Mike
welcome. Thank you very
D'Ambrosio.
much.
And
Thank you. Good.
I know you dedicated the film to your grandfather.
Yes.
What has your grandfather meant to you?
The world. Growing up, Grandpa would tell you I was always in trouble as a kid. Me, innocent, right? And I had trouble understanding the world. Grandpa would sit down and talk to me, and one of the greatest sayings he said to me is, if you want to stand tall in the eyes of a child, learn how to kneel to their level. My grandfather always found that way to find what I can understand and teach it to me in a better way than anybody else in this world could. So growing up, now I'm a father of two beautiful daughters, and I've learned to take some of my grandfather's lessons very well. And it was really, somewhere later in life, I came almost depressed. I became like a part of corporate America. No offense to those that work it, I found the suit and tie thing wasn't working well for me. So I sat down with my grandfather, and every time we engaged in a conversation, it would be in his house, in his living room, and he'd sit in this nice rocking chair, and I'd sit next to him, and there was always some kind of a documentary on, and in the middle of our conversation, we would both just shut up and watch TV. And after a while, my grandfather looked at me and goes, I think we found your calling. You like documentaries. And he's right. So, we spoke and we discussed it, and about 4 years ago, I sat down with my wife and children, and I said, I'm done with corporate America. And they all looked at me like, well, what do you want to do? It's like, well, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. And I discussed with my wife how I sat and spoke with Grandpa about what it is we're looking to do, what cameras I should do, and whatever else. And the very next day, that beautiful woman had a camera in my hand and said one word, go. And I never looked back. And the culmination of this project is, I say this wholeheartedly on the soul of my children, there is no other award in life that I can achieve today, whether it be monetary, a trophy, a certificate, a plaque of any kind. The best reward that I've gotten for this film was that you're here to witness it, and I was here to able to honor you because you were such the inspiration, and you still are in my life. So everybody knows the Superman. No, I don't have a costume and cape at home, but if I did, I would wear it. I'll be honest, I would wear it. But my grandfather, like I said, learning how to kneel to the level of a child. As a kid, what teenage boy is not into Superman or Batman, and who doesn't want to have that superpower? But growing up, understanding that this symbol is a reminder of what we all have a potential to be. Something super, something better than ourselves. People have posted saying, you're beautiful, or you can do this. I wear a symbol, and I wear it because of this man. So there's not enough thanks and praise I can give. I can't thank Ed Mangano and Mike D'Ambrosio for doing this for me. That's the biggest favor anybody could ever call in, and this is the greatest award that I can ever achieve in my life.
Very, very touching words. And you are a legend in this town, a beloved figure, Mayor. How proud are you of your grandson?
I'm very proud of Danny because he had a tough time. Also, when he saw his baby, he was in the far country where he was born, in Vietnam. He came over here with another group. Danny had a tough time, but he made it. His success is here tonight. The reason I know what to do to help Danny, I'm one of 13. One of us didn't think of, the other did. So my mother and father all corrected him, it was easy. Just being a part of us. And I'm not the mayor, I'm the former mayor of 20 years. My son is away, he had to leave today. You see for the entire show. I want to thank Ed McGann.
Thank you very much for inviting us, of course.
And thank you, everybody. It's perfect time to be here.
All right, before we go to break, I want to share a very cool story. I want to bring up the manager here of RVC Lanes, Teresa McCarthy. And Mike D'Ambrosio. You want to hear a really cool story,
Yes.
Mike?
Yes,
Would
I
you
do.
really like to hear a cool story?
Ed McGann would like to hear a cool
All right,
story.
cool. So, Mike, get in here, Dan. Came up with the idea because I met Dan. I'm so impressed. And folks, was this film awesome or what?
Yes.
All right. So I said to Dan, you're a Rockville Center native. You did Rockville Center proud. We gotta do the show in Rockville Center. Called up Teresa and I said, we gotta do the show at your place, RVC Lanes. Love the idea. And here's the unbelievable coincidence. When Dan was growing up in Rockville Center, he was a really good kid. He was a babysitter for a girl that lived right down the block from him in Rockville Center. That young girl was Teresa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Now the general manager of us. So how cool was that,
It's a
Teresa?
great full circle moment, and it's great to see you all these years later.
And can I tell you an inspiration I got for the movie, a great idea for this venue here in Rockville Center, RVC Lanes? You mentioned in the film, there was so much great information, but it mentioned that the first Boy Scout troop was right in Rockville Center. So I think we should do a show with the Boy Scouts right here in Rockville Center where it all began. What do you think about that, Teresa?
Absolutely.
And who would know that if it wasn't for Dan's great film?
I had no idea. Very happy. My brother's an Eagle Scout. He'll be here that day.
All right. So I want to know, is RVC great?
Yes.
Was Dan's film great?
Yes.
Is Ed Mangano great?
Yes.
All right. How'd you like Alfred?
Fantastic.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We're going to take a break, and coming up after the break, we're going to have the Jericho a cappella group. But right now, we're going to get our commercials in. But let me break with this. My name is Halftime, coming to you live from the RVC Lanes, honoring the great film This Is My Long Island, from Long Island's first and oldest radio station, AM 1240, WGBB.